What's up, motherfunkers? This is Sean with Soul Circus. 3 kick-ass shows this weekend that include a dark deck, a road trip to Northern Cincy, and a benefit to feed the little chitlins. Friday night, the Funk Bus rolls into Groovetown at Diamonds in St. Matthews on the Big Dark Deck, 10 p.m. Saturday, the Bad Boys of Funk jump in the Mystery Machine and rummage our way through Ohio as we headline the Trenton Festival in Trenton, Ohio, 7 p.m. Sunday, we cooking up the grease as we pour gravy at Play Louisville for the recipe to end hunger with other great bands Caribou and the Louisville Crashers, brought to you by Don G of Wave 3 TV, 3:45 p.m. Come out and support the grooviest dudes in all the land this weekend, and as always, stay tuned to Greg and Kevin right here on Shooting from the Lip every Wednesday night for more Soul Circus concert dates. Look at the bright side. Greg has strong hands and Kevin has great tits. Love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all.
Live from the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's time for Shooting Stars with your hosts Kevin Hale and Greg Unthank.
What is up? Kevin Hale in the Shooting from the Lip studio, my studio, which is kind of in my apartment. I'm in between 4 walls here. Doing it up tonight on this Wednesday night, September 7th, 2016, with my buddy, my one and only, my favorite drummer, Greg Unthank. Greg, what's up?
Hey, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeling better than you, right?
Yeah. I'm coming out of the funk. You know, I caught a little sinus infection. That's minor stuff. You know, I'm feeling better. It's all good.
That's good.
To the show tonight.
Yeah, we got a first class show tonight, and one of the huge events coming up in the Louisville area is on September 18th. It is KevFest. Talking to, check us out, people. Kevin McCreery, Peter Searcy is on later. Guys from the Doppelgänger band who will also be performing this event. And then concluding the show will Shannon from TalkSmack Promotions, a Writers for Heroes event that's coming up too. So some quick show plugs. You can find our show on the SoundCloud and Stitcher apps. We're also on iTunes and YouTube. Subscribe to us, please. Twitter at The Shooting Lip. My Twitter, Hale423. At Greg_Unthank. You can like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Shooting from the Lip, which is tonight is one of 3 shows that we do. We're on a Monday nights and Friday nights. Please check us out on those nights. Greg, part of KevFest, right? Yeah, tell us real quick what's your involvement there before we bring K1 and K2 on.
I'm actually playing with Brian Fox and Good Chickens, which is a band that I play with, and Kevin McCreery also plays with, and Brian Fox.
Who does he not play with?
Everybody. I don't know if there is anyone he doesn't play with, but
yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about bands, not for physical pleasure.
Yeah. I wasn't
I'm
talking
starting to
about
think
anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think McCreery, man, he is like he's like the Louisville slut or something. Man, he is like any and everywhere. What'd you say? You probably you're not gonna won't badmouth him because you're a fellow musician. I could probably get away with it.
It's a great honor, though, to be a whore like that. It's a great honor, man. I was kind of like that last few years myself, man. I love bouncing around different bands and stuff. You know, it keeps it fresh. You know, but
I think I still smell all those bands on you, Greg. Just for FYI. Yeah. Well, I've turned on the mic. Got Kevin Manning He's with Velvet Saints. He's also the main man running the KevFest event. And we've got the man of the hour, Uncle Kracker, AvantGardeDog, which is a guard name. He's with Velvet Saints, the dark side of the wall. Let's start with Mr. Manning. What's up, brother?
So my K2,
oh, yeah,
he's K1. He's obviously K1. So
yeah, let's give him the benefit of the doubt tonight. So I'm afraid his ego would probably be bruised if it wasn't anything but K1.
Kevin has no ego.
He does not have an ego. Yeah, he does not have an ego.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, you're K1 tonight, brother McCreery. So glad to have you guys on. Yeah. Manning, what's been up?
Not much. How you doing? Just waiting for this event to take place. So the stress is gone.
Getting closer. Getting closer.
Oh, super close.
11
super close.
days.
Everything's falling into place. Yeah, everything's falling into place. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great and huge.
It's gonna be the event here in town, and I'll be glad to be a part of it, as in witnessing it, and I'm glad to be a part of it by us promoting it as well. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
What's up, man? How are you, sir? How you feeling, man?
I'm all right. I'm feeling good tonight. Feeling good. Glad to be here.
Feeling good, looking good. Right away.
Yeah.
You know, one of the main things with Kevin McCreery is the hair. He cut it, so it went from long to short, and then Kevin Manning, you had a hand or two in taking it all off, right?
Yeah, I got to take it all off for him. Yeah, it sounds really good, doesn't it?
It does. Was there music in the background? What kind of music did you have? 70s porn playing?
No. Were you playing the David Bowie, or were you playing Depeche Mode that night? It was one of the two.
There's something playing in the background. It's more than the sound of my tears.
He handled it like a man. He took it like a man.
Yeah,
took it like a man.
Obviously, going through chemo, your hair starts falling out, and
right.
I woke up a couple of days in a row where I took a shower and lots of hair in the shower, then run a brush through it, lots of hair in the brush, and I was like, you know what? Before this really becomes a big issue, I'm just gonna cut it. I don't freak out. So then, so I went, and my buddy Tim Simmons at Blades, who's been the guy that does my hair for years, he told me to come down and he would give me a little short buzz cut. So we did it, kind of a transitional thing. Yeah. So I did that, and then it was, not even a week later, I called up Manning, and I was like, yeah, those clippers, because obviously about a month earlier, he was like, you know what, we just need to shave your head, just get it over with. So he's been waiting to do this.
Oh yeah, I've been
about a month
waiting. Yeah,
he's dreaming about it. Like I'm sure he dreamt about it, just waiting for the call for me to go. All right, dude, we're shaving my head today.
Man, you look good, dude. You got a good shaped head.
So it just got to that point. Thank you. Thanks. I've never been bald before, and it's kind of liberating. It feels great.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really feels awesome.
He just likes rubbing lotion on his head. Don't kid him.
I do. I rub a lot of lotion on my head, and I also put some on my scalp.
Yeah.
So
right.
Anyway, that day, I called Manning and I said, hey, today's the day because, I took a shower. I'm like, yeah, the hair it's coming out and it's patchy, and I'm going to start looking, weird, and let's just get rid of it. Let's just get it now. While there's still time, save some face. So I think it took him about 4 minutes to get here.
Yeah,
that's what the wife says too, right, Kevin Manning?
Right.
4 minutes, dude. That's a
marathon.
I'm out of breath after that. Come on.
I was really, it was very, I didn't know how it was going to look. Obviously, I'd never seen my head. So. And surprisingly, I'm like, wow, it's really not that bad, I guess. If it's gotta go, it's gotta go. And darn, I don't look too bad, I guess. And
no, we started with just trimming it. And then we took it like really low. And then it was like, dude, let's just get the razor blade out. It's going to look so much better. So, and it does. It looks great. So
now, see, what would have been cool through this whole transition is if you got a picture of him like with a Billy Cyrus mullet. You started there.
He wouldn't let me.
And then,
I was trying. He wouldn't let me.
That's bullshit. I
put the kibosh. I put the kibosh on video and in picture. I don't know why. I'm usually I'm a lighthearted person. I like to have fun, through it all. I make jokes, very inappropriate jokes about myself. I call myself Kimosabi a lot to people, and inappropriate bad cancer jokes, but that's just the way I am. I make light of situations. And anywho, I don't know why I didn't allow pictures, because it would have been actually pretty awesome to do some funky stuff.
Yeah.
You're such a dud.
I know. I like to consider our show when it comes to social media, Facebook, whatever, it's like TMZ light. So next time this shit happens, we've got to document it, Manning. But as we say that, Kevin Manning's got the in town too.
Oh, you're so kind. I just got it done yesterday too. It was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Now, Kevin, you guys posted some pictures of rehearsal. I guess was it Velvet Saints rehearsal last night? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, McCreery, you're still playing. You're feeling good enough. You're still playing music, right? I mean,
I'm rehearsing. I'm not playing live. I'm not playing my normal gigs like my Thursday nights, Sunday nights when I play with Christine Devereaux. I haven't done that since I started my therapy. My treatments, because the doctors told me to really limit how much I go out into crowds and around people, because your cell count gets down and I can get sick very, very easily. So that's why you saw, probably a lot of people have seen like this. I went to see AC/DC the other night in Columbus because I went to the doctor and they told me that I bounced back really well. I was doing good. My cell counts were back to normal. And so I took a day and allowed myself some freedom to get out of the house. And I actually traveled to Columbus. We drove there and I went and stayed in a hotel even. So, and I allowed myself to go to one concert and then come home. And that was, some would say that's a little dangerous, but, I still feel really good. And I've been checking my temperature and I've been, making sure that I stay away from people that are definitely sick. That's the biggest thing. Like even at the benefit, I have to really figure out how much I'm actually going to be there myself. Because it's a long day. It starts at 1 o'clock and it's going to
10 it's a long day.
So, and I'm going to try to play as well. I'm going to try to do some playing with the band. Like I rehearsed also tonight with Dark Side of the Wall. So I did, Velvet Saints rehearsal last night, and then I just got home from rehearsing with Dark Side, and we discussed, how much they wanted me to actually play with them. The thing is, a 45-minute set for Dark Side of the Wall is, 4 songs? So,
yeah, right.
You play all the long Pink Floyd songs, there's not many songs. So, I've agreed to do at least a couple. And, there's still time. We still have about a week or so. We're still figuring it out. And, but it went well. It sounded good, and I'm still, I can sing, I can play. Like I said, some days are better than others, but I've had a lot of really good days. I've had very minimal bad days where I just couldn't get out of bed. I've had a couple, but not hardly any, at all. So it makes me think that I'm responding well to treatments, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And and I've also had evidence of it actually working too. Like some of the problems I had leading up to when I found out that what I had, some of those problems have disappeared now after having a couple of treatments. So that's very, very good sign.
That's great.
Very good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, yes, I'm optimistic. I do plan on getting back out and playing. I love to work. I love to play music. And that's the goal, is just to get better and get back out there and do what I do with all those bands that you mentioned.
Well, yeah. And, I do have to ask.
And in my defense, by the way, I've got to stick up for myself here. I've got to stick up for myself is because every band I play with is different from the other band. And my role in that band is completely different than the role in any of the other bands. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason I do so many different projects is because my role is completely different in each band.
Keeps it exciting, don't it?
So you're getting it. You're figuring this out. He likes to role play.
Role play. No. You will when we do that type of show on my Monday nights, because it's very eclectic, I'll have you guys on for that. K1, the fact that you are associated with several bands, seriously, what has it been like for you to basically go cold turkey and not play?
It sucks. It's been one of the most difficult things ever. I'm trying to keep it light here, but I had about a period of time where I was pretty much on lockdown. I couldn't leave my house because my cell counts were so low. I just couldn't be around people at all because if I caught something, I could end up on life support in the hospital. Because my cell count got so low. So I had to walk around with a surgical mask on for a week, basically if I even walked out of the house. And, they just said, don't go anywhere. So basically, there was a period of time that was about a week or so long where, it was horrible. I just couldn't do anything. And the thing is I didn't feel awful. So that even makes it worse because I felt good, but I couldn't do anything because even though I didn't feel bad, there was bad things going on inside of me. You know what I mean? So not being able to get out and play my gigs, I live for that. Even my cover gigs, like playing with Christine and playing acoustic, and I get out of the house. It gets me out of the house. It keeps me playing music. Hanging out with people, being social. I'm a social butterfly. I love hanging out and around people and shit. So, getting out and, so a couple, 2-3 times a week, that's my getting out of the house, going to work thing. And so not being able to do that, it just really blows. It really does. It sucks.
Let me ask you, Kevin, I know you do a lot with Uncle Kracker, of course. Obviously they've got somebody right now filling in for you. Do you know the guy that they have that's filling in for you?
Yeah, I know him very well.
Ordeal? Yeah, was that a pretty big ordeal? I'm sure they all support you.
Yeah, I still have my job. The guy that's filling in for me knows that he's in there. The cool thing is he's an old friend of ours from Detroit. His name is Joey Gatos, and he's the little kid in School of Rock.
Ah.
In the movie, that plays the flying bee that writes the song.
Oh, yeah. No shit.
That's
oh,
him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's filling in for me. He's awesome. He's a great dude too, man. He's probably about 25, 26 years old now. And he's
Detroit's
a great guy.
Detroit's a pretty awesome music scene from what I understand. Not just Kevin McCreery from there, but you got, Kid Rock, Bob Seger, and all the Motown and all that.
Yeah.
So that's got to be
Alice
great.
Cooper. Alice Cooper, MC5, the Grand Funk Railroad dudes are from Flint, which is the worst place in Michigan, but they were like my heroes growing up. I grew up the Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh,
Cooper,
wow.
Bob Seger, of course Ted Nugent, all those guys.
Oh yeah, wow.
If you're from Michigan and didn't listen to them and MC5, you were dirt. You suck.
Dirt.
Yeah.
Now, Manning, what's going on with Velvet Saints right now?
Well, we're playing we're going to play one song at the benefit, which kind of fulfills an obligation to make it an all ages event in the concert hall. Signed band has to play, so we're going to play one song. Because we didn't know how Kevin was, we didn't know how Kevin was going to respond to treatment, I mean, he's doing great. So, and we're supposed to play a show. We're actually playing 2 shows in one night at Baxter's. We're playing an acoustic cover show. And then we're going to play our original Velvet Saints thing, which that's going to be a fun thing. So,
when are you doing that?
So October 21st, isn't it, Kevin?
Okay.
Yep, that's my goal. That's a big goal for me to be able to do that show. That's the goal.
Yeah. So
we will be there.
It should be fun. It should be funny and fun, actually. So.
And that's probably that more than likely will be the first show that I come back and actually play live locally. That'll probably be the first one, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I would think so. That'd be right about the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're looking forward to that. We're all looking forward to that.
October 21st.
Back
21st.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Baxter's C4.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Which is the site of
that whole thing that we're stuck with. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say that's also the site of the after party for
correct.
KevFest after party. Yeah.
Nick is so cool. Yeah, he's like hosting all that, and that's going to be awesome. So.
Yeah, Nick is just a fantastic dude. He's
incredible guy.
He's been a friend ever since I've met him. From day one playing his bar and stuff. He's just a great dude, and excited to play there again. Actually,
as stressful as this whole thing has been, as far as putting together, that's the one thing that's been cool about it is I've met some people that I didn't know. It's amazing how many really nice people there are around. I mean, especially in the music scene, and the Shirley's Way people, they're phenomenal. Just a lot of people I've never really associated with. They're just great people. So that's been cool to meet them. So.
Well, I think what the response, it's probably safe to say, is with quality people, talented people, but you're also dealing with professional people who understand the situation, understand the event, and obviously have some love for K1 and
a few people in K1 like him.
Yeah,
I'm blown away, man. I'm blown away by the outpouring of everybody. I mean, I always knew I had great friends and family. I mean, I always knew that because this is part of my life. I've always tried to surround myself with good people. Just people that just aren't jerks and that just are self-serving and egomaniacs and because I'm not really that way. I've always tried to be decent. Everybody has a bad day, of course, but it's like, in general, it doesn't pay to be an asshole. If somebody pisses you off, you just go, you know what? Okay, dude, you have it your way. Peace out. I'm done. And then just leave it alone. But, I've always known that I've had great friends, great family, but just through all of this, when people found out, because I really kept it quiet for a while when I found out, when I was diagnosed, because I'm just not that type of person. I'm not going to get on Facebook every day and just talk about it. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I've only made one post, and that was early on.
That's after I screwed it all up, but yeah.
And, well, I mean, I'm just talking about for me personally. Because I don't want to get on there every day and just talk about it. You know what? I don't want to talk about it every day with my family. It's like me, I'm just, what I'm doing? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm moving forward. And I'm expecting to be over it. I'm doing treatments, and I'm doing other things with that treatment, and I'm expecting a good report at the end of the day. And I'm expecting to go back to work, and I'm expecting to live for a while. You know what? And that's the end of that. I don't want to sit around and cry about it. I want to sit and piss and moan about it and tell everybody to feel sorry for me. I just, fuck that. I just want to keep going, and I'm not going to piss and moan about it every day on Facebook to everybody.
Just a speed bump.
Yeah,
You said that you try to surround yourself with good people, man. But the first thing I realized when I met you is you don't have to try, man, because somebody like you is generally nice and accepting to everybody. They come to you. You don't even have to try. They come to you, and that's why you've got so much support, is because of the guy that you are.
Thank you very much.
I really mean. Well, I mean that, dude. You're doing things that I aspire to do, and I don't do it. As far as you playing with Uncle Kracker and doing it for a living and stuff, and I really enjoy the times that I get to play with you and other cats like that, and you're generally nice. You're just a great person. That's why you got so much support, man. That's why so many people are going out of their way to help you and happy to do it, and it's a good vibe all the way around. So your heart must be like huge, man. It's got to be like the Grinch at the end of the show. It's like blowing out.
The Grinch at the end.
The good Grinch heart.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of my friends have very, very big hearts as well, and it's like I said, it's awesome. It's been, just awesome and humbling, just crazy humbling to see what's been happening.
Right.
People keep carrying the flag and making sure that, starting with Manning, just starting this whole thing, getting the benefit going because, obviously I'm not working, I'm self-employed. So if I'm not working, I'm not making money. And at the end of the day, that's the truth. And it sucks. But this whole thing has really helped me to be able to pay the bills, keep, not have to work. I was really stressing about that, just about, when I found out, when I was diagnosed, I just signed a lease on a new place. I had to move because the house I lived in was sold. So I had to move. And then all of a sudden I signed this lease and then find out, what I found out. And then all of a sudden I'm like, how am I going to pay for all this? I'm not going to be able to work.
It was right afterward too. It was right.
It was right. It was like the same week. It was bad timing. Very bad timing. It's never good timing to find out, you have cancer. But still, it's like bad timing. I'm in the middle of a whole change. And so I was really, really stressed out. I was freaking out a little bit, more than usual about stuff. And so this whole thing is just, and this is a public thank you to all of you all that, I'm overwhelmed by the generosity and love and because, you all have families, you all have jobs, you all have shit to do. I'm not here for you to take care of me. But everybody has stepped up, and that's what happens when you get a whole big group of people that pulls together, and everybody does a little bit. It makes it easier. And so thank you all. Thank you. It's crazy. I love you. I love you all.
And Shirley's Way has been great too. Those people have been
Shirley's Way has been fantastic.
Mike and Wes, they're phenomenal.
They're great. Phenomenal. And Anne Marie.
Hey,
just that whole group of people has just been I'm speechless. I'm speechless over it.
McCreery,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say that obviously, I don't know you as well as a lot of your friends, but what I know of you is that you do seem like a person who does his part, good karma, to have fun, enjoy life, live for that moment. So dude, what you're getting back, that's good karma coming back to you because of you.
Yeah.
And
I've prayed for some good karma.
Yeah. Kevin Manning, you're obviously very close to K1. What has it been like to, see someone that you care about so much going through that you're doing, that you're doing something to just, make it better.
Yeah, I mean, but I would just hope somebody would do it for me, and he's the type I think would step up and do it for me. It's just I'm a big karma believer too. You know, you reap what you sow, and I don't think I could do what he's doing, not with the same outlook that he's got. I mean, he just never talks about it. It's just a speed bump, like I said. I mean, I would lock myself in a room, shut everybody out, and I think, and he's not like that. I mean, it's just, and I admire it. It's been a very big learning experience to watch. I think he's teaching me how to enjoy life a little more, which has been good. And it's what's funny about it is when you're always talking about all his friends and all. We were talking about it yesterday when we left rehearsal. You know, that's part of the thing about being in a band is the hang. Remember that yesterday we were talking about that?
Yeah,
it's the hang. Absolutely. I mean, it's like, you know, it's great to play music and, you know, you feel like you're accomplishing something. But it's like, we don't just play music and then walk out the door. It's like we always hang. And it's like, it's cool when you're friends with everybody in the band and you're like, because it's like, it's not just about, hey, I'm using you for your musical talents and then get the hell out. Like, man, I like being around you. You know, I like just, you know, and I just think it's pretty cool. It's just, we were talking about the hang, and I think the hang is a big deal. So,
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because we definitely do some hanging in Velvet Saints.
yeah, we do just a little bit.
But that's great, you know. That's what, like you said, that's what we were talking about yesterday. It's like, you know, we play music, but we take a break. We'll sit, we yak with each other, we joke around. You know, take 15, 20 minutes. You know, have a glass of bourbon or something, and just shoot the shit, and then, you know, then we get back to work, and then we finish up what we're doing, and then when we, you know, we're packing up, we're still yucking it up with each other, we're hanging out, you know, we're being friends, and, you know, I just don't think a lot of bands do that anymore.
Nope.
You know, and to me, that's what I look for. Like when I do play in a band, you know, when somebody's asked me to play with them, or I beg them to let me play with them, you know, it's like, you know, I kind of want to be around. I want to be in that type of situation where the band enjoys each other's company outside of just playing music. You know, your pals, your friends, and you know, and you bust each other's balls every once in a while and have fun, and you know, but you're there for each other when you need. You know, somebody needs you. You're like, what do you need? I'm here. What can I do? You know, camaraderie.
Well, here, check this out. Speaking of busting balls, we're going to bust K1's balls here. Caller. I kind of solicit someone to come, and Kevin Manning helped me on this, who can and share Kevin McCreery.
I know what's going on here.
You already know. How do you know? How could you possibly know?
I said I think I know what's going on here.
How do you know?
Caller, state name and speak freely.
Oh, all right. Hey, Kevin. Question for you. Hello, can you hear me?
Who am I talking to?
You're talking to
He doesn't recognize your voice.
That's good. That's good.
Tell him your name. Tell the story, and then you can say who you are.
All right, tell the story. Tell the story, damn it.
Well, I got two, so I've got to tell. Two stories.
Oh, it's Josh.
Son of a. All right, well, I'm still telling the fucking story. I don't care. So.
Yeah.
So, when's the last time you wore women's clothing, Kevin?
Oh, probably the 80s. Like everybody else.
Well, no.
Probably.
No, not me.
I want to know what he was wearing.
In the
80s. Well,
so
I mean, I think it was dresses, but he says otherwise. So, you know,
you wore dresses on stage.
Is this on?
Well, bottoms.
Hold on, you're cutting out. I didn't hear what you just said.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Go.
I said you were probably wearing dresses.
Dresses? I never wore a dress.
I was going to say, did you wear a dress on stage?
No.
He asked that question like he has dressed recently, like in women's clothing just recently, the way he asked that question.
I did?
No, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
This goes back to the role playing, I'm telling you.
Yeah, everybody was playing a role in the 80s. Everybody wore women's clothing.
I never wore women's clothing in the 80s.
Whatever, man.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
the other story that I just remembered.
Go ahead.
Kevin was arrested one time.
I was arrested a couple times.
Well, I'm thinking of one time. This was real time. This wasn't when Uncle Kracker had you arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin was arrested with his sister Vicky, and his dad came to bail Vicky out and got there and said, "I'm here to bail McCreery out." And the guy at the counter said, "Which one?" And his dad's like, Vicky. He's like, "No, we got two. Kevin's here too." He's like, "What the hell?" He had no idea Kevin was in jail.
All right. Can I tell that story? I was in a car with my buddies. I was 17 years old. And I used to have a fake ID to get into the local bar to see all the bands that would come traveling through, the big cover bands, that would travel the circuit, kind of all over like East Coast and South and stuff. And I would go see these bands. Well, I was 17. I had a fake ID. But it was at the end of the night, and my buddy was driving. It was my car, and my buddy was driving my car. And I was sleeping in the back seat. And he came racing through town. He was going like 50 miles an hour and 25 down the middle of this little town in the middle of Michigan. Well, the cops pulled him over, and he had like a little bit of marijuana in a baggie above the visor. And when the cop asked him for the license and registration, in his car he leaves his license and his registration and stuff up in his visor. So he pulled the visor down, and this bag of weed dropped in his lap. I was sleeping in the back of the car, and the cops woke me up, and they let me drive the car home, and they came and got me the next day and took me to jail. Because they were like, we don't know what to do with you. And so they let me go, and then they came and got me. And so I spent about 4 hours that day in jail.
Oh, that's unfair.
But yeah.
Well, how did your sister get in there?
I don't know. She's probably got busted for something stupid. We were kids. We were dumb. We're dumb kids.
That's hilarious.
Right.
I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson right then and there when I was 17 years old. Don't go to jail. It's not.
And don't hide your pot. And don't hide your pot above your visor.
Don't put your weed above your visor.
Wait. For the record, K1, can you share where you do your hippie lettuce?
I don't have any.
Okay, just curious.
I don't buy weed. I don't know.
No. All right. It's all good.
Yeah, I like bourbon.
He likes bourbon. Now
that's something else I've had. I've had to taper off on the bourbon.
Well, I was going to say, I honestly don't know when it comes to, with you doing the chemo thing, how much is your party diet had to curve,
a ton.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to, they just tell you, they're like, look, they don't want you to drink at all, if really. Yeah. But they're like, if you used to drink, I'm like, well, I'm in a band, I drink, a few drinks, every day probably if I'm on the road. But I just had to stop doing it so much. Now I can't really drink more than 2 beers and I'm done. I can't drink any more than that right now. Like my stomach won't take it. And I'll sit around. I'll have like a glass of bourbon, maybe 2, but I don't really go beyond 2 anymore. Drinks at all, and I don't drink but probably 3 days a week tops anymore.
Which is amazing because we were going through a bottle and a half of bourbon at rehearsal for a while there at least.
Yeah, we were going through a lot of bourbon, but then but there's like 4 people that drink bourbon there too, so that's
Yeah.
Wow.
What's y'all's favorite bourbon?
I'm on a larceny kick. I love that larceny bourbon. It's $20 a bottle, and it is the best $20 bourbon I've ever had.
If we ever get Jeff Epperson on here, ask him what his favorites are.
He drinks Billy's bourbon. He buys $7. He buys $7 fifths of bourbon, but he drinks it. He mixes it though.
Yeah.
See, I drink straight bourbon. I don't mix it with anything.
And I drink it straight. So I don't.
So Manning and I, and so does Rachel. Rachel drinks it neat. Actually, she doesn't even have ice.
Yeah, she doesn't have ice in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I'm no bourbon purist by any stretch of the imagination, but I love good bourbon, and I don't want to mess it up with a bunch of other crap in it.
Yeah. I usually do
it's
with
a
water.
flavor. It's a savoring the flavor thing. It's like I like good wine. I like good bourbon. I like things that taste delicious. So it's just that kind of a thing for me.
Like these. Just kidding.
These nuts. All right. We're winding down this segment. You mentioned, actually, that was one of my questions as far as your playing future. So it's like the goal is to actually for McCreery to get back on stage and do a true gig by October 21st with us, which will be awesome.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's my main goal right now, is to be able to play, have that be my first show back and be able to actually, maybe starting at that point, be able to start playing at least somewhat again. I don't know if I'll be able to travel if I pick back up with Kracker immediately. Just because it entails flying, and that was the first thing they told me not to do because we fly a ton, and so you get on an airplane with the recycled air and all the germs, 9 times out of 10 when I fly, there's somebody hacking right behind me, sneezing in the back of my head, and coughing, and it's irritating. So they just said, do not do that, because I could get very, very sick from doing that. So I'm just playing it by ear as far as when I can get back at touring again. That may not be till next year, because it's getting to be the point in time where, November is kind of where we always wrap it up for the year with Kracker anyway. We do a Black Friday show in Detroit, and then that's usually the last show of the year. So, I'm hoping maybe I can do that show. Just that might be the one show I can play with him yet this year. Go up to Detroit, play it, and then come back home and, call it a day. Even if I have to drive up there instead of fly, 6 hours to Detroit. So, it might be worth it to be able to go up there and spend a couple of days and then just come home.
I'll come pick you up.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. You got, yeah. You've got friends, you got people in every direction that's gonna be there for you, and I think McCreery, just from this event, it gotta be.
I just met Josh online.
Very humbling.
Yeah, absolutely. But also I want to mention too that the AvantGardeDog, that's how you pronounce it, AvantGardeDog.
Okay.
The album is being released at KevFest.
Okay, cool.
It's all done. They're being pressed right now. We approved the artwork. They sent me the thing overnight so I could look at it and make sure the colors are right, make sure everything looks beautiful. And Josh, who's on here with us, he did an amazing job on the cover art and in the whole layout, and it looks 10 times better than the pictures I saw of it that he was sending me from Michigan, where he is. And so when I got the proofs today, I opened it up and looked at it. I almost started crying. It looked so fabulous. I was
awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. That's my wheelhouse, man. That kind of music's my wheelhouse there. I'm really looking forward to that.
So yeah, obviously, and then the next move is to to get that band out and do we'll probably do we'll probably do a CD release party and play it, even though the CD has already been released. But we'll probably do some type of event in the future. I'm hoping within the next couple of months, that we'll get together and start rehearsing these songs and actually playing them live and so I can kind of get that band going off the ground a little bit too. Because, that's my band. Those are my songs. And that's, my soul. And I got to be able to do that somewhat as well as everything else that I also love to do, like playing with the Velvet Saints, Kracker, and Good Chickens, and Dark Side of the Wall. And, it's all pieces of the big puzzle, if I may say so. So, that's next on the agenda for me is the AvantGardeDog album. And then being able to play some shows live, even if it's just right here regionally, just, do some cool shit here and, maybe get on some shows opening for somebody like Mercury Ballroom or, wherever, Baxter's or wherever. Anywhere anybody will let me play, I'll play, damn it.
Yeah, well, for selfish reasons, I'm sure I'm speaking for most audience here in the Louisville area. We would love to see you stay, local for a while, and a lot of good things. Hoping the best for you, and definitely look forward to hanging with you guys. Before I'll let K1, K2, and Josh go, guest for the next segment is on. I'm gonna turn his mic on because he's gonna be you guys. Peter Searcy, what's up, Peter?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
Peter.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. And Kev, we need you. Remember, we need you for the Searcy Bloody Sabbath show.
That's right, Halloween. I'm planning on that as well.
Saturday the 29th.
That was such a blast when we did that before. That was such a great time. And I got to play with Peter finally for the first time.
I know.
Since I've lived in the city for 15 years, and I've never gotten a chance to play with Peter, so I got a chance to do a show with Peter, which was awesome for me, because I'm a big fan of yours as well.
Likewise. It was effortless and rocked, and that Saturday at the New Vintage is going to be amazing with you and Eric up there shredding together. So
it'll be a blast.
Well, good deal. All right, Manning, thanks, brother. Best of luck. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks for having us.
Kevin McCreery, you talented mofo. Wish you the best, and we'll see you on the 18th. And Josh, thanks for calling in and reminding us or enlightening us about the dress wearing, the arrested.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right.
Hey, Josh also designed the T-shirt for KevFest, so.
Yeah, oh well.
Right
okay, cool.
Maybe I'll wear a dress for the benefit and freak you all out.
Don't you promise me a good time?
Yes. All right, K1, K2, right. Josh, thanks for calling in. We will see you guys on the 18th.
Thanks for having me,
guys.
Peace.
All right,
take care. Greg.
Yeah,
thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
I'll see you.
All right, bye-bye.
Peace.
What's up, Peter? How are you, man?
I'm doing excellent. I was enjoying listening to you guys talk. That was great.
Greg, what's your... Peter.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever met Peter before.
Okay.
But I want to say, hey, man, how you doing? And I'd like to put my name in that big hat of guys who'd like to play with you, man. Your music is awesome. And
right on. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's nice to meet you.
Nice to talk to you too. So yeah, I'm excited. That show with Kevin was extraordinary, doing the Searcy Bloody Sabbath, and on this one that we're going to do at Halloween, we're going to have Kevin McCreery and Eric Horton on stage together playing. I don't know if you guys know Eric, but he's a stunning
Yep.
guitar player. So the
yeah.
two of those guys, up there playing Sabbath is going to be absolutely a blast.
So that's all Sabbath, the whole show?
Yeah. It's kind of our it's our Halloween gift. It's a free show at the New Vintage. Got a band called the White Crosses that are playing, and they're doing Misfits. Misfits opening up, and it was packed last year. There was a costume contest, and we played, and just it's just a blast. Those songs.
I remember that. I do remember that happening. Yeah.
Oh, they're great to play. So.
Yeah, Eric's a great guitar player too. I had the opportunity to play with him with Sheila Lawrence and Greg Forsman at the Headliners one night. And,
right on.
Yeah, it's the first time I'd even met Eric, and I was like, wow, man. There's so many people out there that's awesome, but I hadn't met yet. So, yeah. Man,
well, it's interesting that both he and Kevin are Northerners, and because Eric is from Minnesota, and then Kevin's from Detroit. So I think there's something about living in a cold weather area that makes these musicians kind of they really, I think, woodshed a lot through the winter when they're growing up. So they're both a blast to play with.
Yeah, Greg, I'm looking at.
Question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I know that back in the day, you're associated with guys who ended up forming Slint.
Mm-hmm.
I actually worked with Brett Warford for a while.
Yeah.
And man, that guy is a smoking musician. And I was just reading your bio, and I was surprised to see how all that split up and formed different bands, and how you guys got knew each other through the years, and how it's all come to be. I found it really interesting, and Brent's name was in there, and he's a great fella. I got to run into him about a year ago, and he's the same old good fella, but
and just really a powerhouse of a drummer, really, and really just brings something different to the table. Yeah, he's fantastic. I can tell you what, Squirrelbait was the band, and I was talking about this with a friend of mine the other day. Squirrelbait had two drummers that would go on to influence a lot of people. Britt was the first, and he was really young when he was playing in there. And then Ben Daltrey was the second drummer, and he would go on to be in the band Love Jones. But there are numerous people who cite Ben Daltrey's drumming in Squirrelbait as being an influence, and I'm talking about, some drummers that I'm fans of, nationally, who had heard him. And, and here we are, this little band in Louisville, but we had two drummers, one that followed the other, and both of them went on to influence people. I just think that was, that was a big part of that band.
Yeah, and neither one of them. Well, Britt probably still is. I know Ben. He went on to be the front man, the singer in the band that he's with.
Yeah, he was the front man in Love Jones. He played congas in the band, but he did some of the drumming on the album. He's one of these guys who could not play drums for 10 years, but sit down behind a kit. And immediately it comes back to him. And you know how 10 guys can strike a snare, and you're going to get 10 different sounds out of that snare. Some of them have a heavy stick, some of them have just kind of a wimpy stick, and some of them have that excitement that when that stick hits the snare, there's a palpable excitement. And Ben has that. Ben's got an energy in his playing that just that comes off the drum kit.
Yeah. And back to Brett, I know one thing that I remember about him as well is not only was he a powerhouse drummer, like you were saying, he could sit down and play some really jazzy type drumming as well. It just all comes so natural to him. And then played the piano like a monster too. He was very well-rounded.
He's an amazing musician. My senior year in high school, we did a Beethoven trio that I played cello on. He played piano, and our music teacher played, I believe it was clarinet, maybe. So the three of us got to play together, or Britt and I got to play together on a classical piece one time, which was great.
Mm-hmm. So what are you doing now? Are you working on some new music? Got something new coming out, or?
I have a new album that's going to come out. It's just been sent off to be pressed. We're going to do a vinyl, and we'll do some CDs, but it's going to be mostly vinyl and then digital. And it's coming out on Eastwood Records. Cool. Wesley Allen has started up a really cool record label here, trying to promote Louisville music, and it's called Leave It All Out There, and it's 7 songs. I pretty much played everything on it except the drums.
See, there's where you need me. There's where you need me.
I got a guy named Graham Goff who came in and played. And do you know Graham?
The name is very familiar. I was getting ready to say the name is familiar.
Graham is he's a loose cannon on the drum kit, man. He was really a blast to play with. Really influenced by a lot of Britpop. He loves the Jam and bands like that, but he also he's one of those guys that has a lot of fire in his sticks. And I would show him the songs. Basically, I'd just get a kind of a version of the songs down with one electric, maybe a bass to guide and scratch vocal, and just let him sit down at the kit, and we'd do maybe sometimes 2 or 3 passes, sometimes 10 passes, but I would just tell him to go for it each time, just whatever he was feeling. And then we'd kind of form the parts after that. I know it's, it flies in the face of everybody saying they want to record everything to tape, but this allowed for a situation where I didn't have to sit there and tell him what to do. I just said, go for it, go for it.
Magic happened.
Yeah, go for it. And then I'll put it together, and it'll be, it'll be you playing it. It just might be a couple different versions of you playing it. So, and that was really fun. And I think there's something that's really freeing in a way when you work with I love a band sitting down and recording to tape, but this just wasn't that kind of situation. I was going to end up playing all the instruments, which was kind of my goal going into this, because I've never really kind of experienced or expressed myself on electric guitar. So I kind of wanted to try that for the first time. And, that was the only way that was going to be able to happen, was, Pro Tools, our Logic kind of world.
Right. Is this your 4th release?
Well, I mean, I've had more than that. This will be my 4th or 5th. Yeah, 4th or 5th. I had one album that was never released, which is really bizarre, because it's really, I think a lot of people think it's my best album, and it was an album called Trust Falls. I made it right after my first solo album, when I was kind of in a netherworld of being stuck on a major label and not being released. So we just went ahead and made an album. And then by the time I was released from the major label I was on, I'd already written another album, so we just kind of recorded that one, and this one kind of fell. That one kind of fell to the wayside. So I think it might be my 5th. So 5th or 6th, actually. So
well,
a lot.
How long has it been, Peter?
Since my last release?
No, overall career, from the time you started putting music.
Well, I mean, my first album, I started, I'm 48 now. I played my first show at CBGB's out of town when I was, I think, 17.
Wow, there's a bucket list. There's a bucket list item right there, right?
Yeah, no, it was, so whatever that is, 30 something years of playing, 31 years. a long time.
Did you go to high school here in Louisville?
I did. I went to the Brown School.
Okay, cool. So you were what, class of '86, maybe something like that?
Yeah, class of '86.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, 85 for me, and Greg was '84, right? G Money.
Yeah,
oh, right on.
I'm the old guy.
Yeah.
Where did you guys go?
We actually went to Manual.
Both
Oh,
went to
okay.
Manual. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Right on.
Mm.
Was Manual
Now-
what it is now then?
No, it was
That's
a
a
different manual than
magnet
what it is now, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I call it the smoking area manual. Back when we went there, it was
Right. As opposed to what it's become now, which is, basically the best school in the state, pretty much.
right. Yeah, pretty much, man. It's
Arguably, yeah, but it's right there with it. So.
Yeah, I think their percentage of scholarships is like 90-something% of the students get scholarships to go to go on to college. So that's
wow.
pretty awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm checking out the lineup for KevFest on the main stage.
Yeah.
Greg, you'll be. Looks like Greg, you and the Good Chickens will be playing right before Peter and his band. So.
Oh, great.
There you go. Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think we were supposed to play at 3, but for some reason we had to move to 4 because
you're 4. Okay.
bass player issue. Yeah, so I think we play
okay.
right at 4, but I'll be out there. I'm excited to see, a lot of people that I haven't seen play before. So I'm
same here.
excited to get out for that. And I love Louisville coming together like it does to support, one of its adopted own, in Kevin. So, I mean, he's such a whale of a player and such a nice guy and somebody who is really supportive of other musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why you're seeing such an outreach from people. It's because, he's been coming out to everybody's shows for years. I mean, he's the guy when you're playing a show and he strolls in, you're just happy as heck to see him.
They're up there in front partying with you, having a good time. Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody play.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I have not seen several bands I haven't seen that I'm looking forward to checking out. And yeah, I've done looking at the bio for you, Peter. It's like, good Lord, this guy's got a lot, done a lot, and this event, when I pull it up, and again I look at the list of bands that I do know, which are very good, and then the handful of people that I haven't seen, which I've heard nothing but great things. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind event. So this will be something that really, a lot of people's going to be talking about after the fact.
Well, and all the more reason that I hope people come out early and just plan on pacing themselves and staying for the whole day and into the evening to hear the music.
Right.
And I've been lucky. I've been blessed to play for a long time, and I've been lucky and blessed to play with a lot of great musicians and been able to do a lot of stuff. I don't get to do it as much as I used to, but I'll be really excited to play that day with the band that I've got. I'm playing a bunch of new material, so anytime you get a chance to play new material, there's a certain excitement that you feel. I mean, I always enjoy playing, but when there's still a little nervousness and excitement about launching into a song, it makes it special.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'll look forward to seeing you, man.
Yeah. Gonna have a good band. I got Ryan Murphy's gonna be playing drums that day. I've got Eric Horton playing guitar, Jeff Crane on bass, a guy named Chris Hopp playing. Chris Hopp was in Love Jones and is my oldest friend in the world. We grew up singing together. He plays guitar and sings backup, and then a guy named Chris Fuller on keyboards. So it's a full band, and They do a great job. Yeah, they really bring the songs to life. So and make it easy for me for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Ryan. I know Jeff as well. I played with Jeff before, so yep, you got a great lineup.
Yeah, and also just good people to be around too. I mean, that's at this point in my life, that's as much about what it's about too, is enjoying the people that I'm making music with, and I don't get to do it as much as I did before. So if I'm going to do it, by God, I'm going to enjoy it.
Exactly, make it worth it.
Yes,
you're obviously, besides KevFest, share with us what's the gigs you got lined up afterwards, so we can check you out as well.
Well, got the KevFest obviously, and then October 29th, we're doing Searcy Bloody Sabbath, the Searcy tribute, and that's Ryan on drums, Frank Green on bass, Eric Horton on guitar, and we've done it twice, and one time Eric played guitar and one time Kevin played guitar, so I thought, well, if we're going to do it a third time, why don't we have them both? So both those guys are going to be playing guitar, and then I sing, and then right now I don't have anything else on the horizon other than I've got an album that's going to be coming out, so I've been kind of holding off on playing until I have a release date for that, and then kind of build into that. I would imagine at this point it'll be in the new year that I'll play. I don't really tend to play out very often. Just I'll probably play some out of town dates to support it. Just a handful of places that I still have a following, and then just kind of promote it a little bit, and then obviously do some kind of album release here in Louisville. But that'll probably be in the new year. I should know more as soon as I get the album back and kind of build into it. I don't want to get the album back and then book a show and release the album just because I have a show booked. I want to kind of build up the album so it can have a chance to be heard by more than just a local audience, and that takes a little time. So,
well, what we'd like to do, Peter, when you get the album back out, let's have you back on and talk some more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get you a copy of it and spend some time with it. I'm really proud of it. I've played it for a few people who are a few industry people that I still know, and the response has been really great. People saying that it's the strongest thing I've done since my first album, which I'm really excited about that. So,
good deal. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, Peter. Thanks for coming out.
Having me. Yeah, man. I'll see you on the 18th.
Definitely look forward to meeting you then. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. That sounds good.
All right, brother.
Well, thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Talk to you later, Peter. Bye-bye.
Bye.
G Money. It's been a talent fest tonight, would you say?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got the guys on hold for the next segment. Let me go and bring them on. I've gotta give some love to the youngsters, if you will. I got Hunter and Ross from the band Doppelgänger. I'll start with Ross first. Ross, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Hey, and Hunter's with the band as well.
Man,
Hunter, what's up, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Talk to us. Good. I've got my co-host here, Greg Unthank. Greg, these are the kids, fellas. Man. The youngsters.
Yeah, man.
The youngsters going to be playing at KevFest.
I know, and I can say that Mr. Hunter is making a name for himself around town. I can tell you that already. I've seen some videos of him playing with different bands, and he's a great player, man. Awesome player.
Thank you.
Are you blushing, man?
Oh, I was making sure videos. We're talking like not TMZ type videos, but music type.
No.
Right. Okay. All right.
No, we ain't hit that point yet.
but you will, right? Every great band has a great rock and roll story, and those videos that come later, guys. Let's talk.
No, see, we're lucky in the things that get filmed. We just destroy the evidence. So
there, just hit delete right on the.
Yep. Yay, digital.
Well, there you go. I will start with Ross. Ross, tell us about your band.
Well, it's an amalgamation, kinda. Everyone in it's played in previous bands. Our drummer, Luke Stanton, he plays with Hunter in a band called Unleashed, which has been around for, I think, 6 years now. And Sam's a friend of Hunter's from way back, and we brought him in to play lead guitar. We had played, Hunter and I played together in a band called Maloik for a while, and people moved away and fell out of contact, and so we were like, let's start something else up, and started this back, and I want to say March.
Oh, it's been like within the last 6 months?
Yeah, we all played together once last year at Harperfest. Me, Hunter, and Sam are all endorsed by the Harper Guitar Company, and we went out and played their showcase and had Luke on drums. And we're like, this is fun. Let's tap this line up again. And so we've all got similar but varied music tastes. And so we decided to start with some of what we already had and doing staples of Unleashed shows like King's X and things like that. And I brought in my interest, and Sam brought in his. The rest is history at this point.
The rest is history, as these are what in their younger lower 20s, whatever. Hunter,
I'm the only one who's hit 20s.
Oh, you really? So we're talking.
Yeah.
You guys, there's teenage. You guys are. How old are you guys? What's the age on the band with the band?
Hunter, you field that.
Yeah, go ahead, Hunter.
All right. Well, me and Luke are 17. Sam is 16. And Ross, how old are you?
As we jokingly say, I'm the AARP member of the band. I turned 30 in a couple months.
Are you serious? 30 or 20?
30. I turned 30 in a couple months.
Oh,
what style of music?
So
how do you describe your music? Is it I assume it's heavy, kind of heavy stuff?
It depends. Honestly, we've got everything from your Metallica and Megadeth to Sabbath to Jefferson Airplane, Jethro Tull. We'll throw in some like Weezer and Green Day and Blink-182. It's quite literally whatever we feel like playing at any given time.
Well, you mentioned King's X. That's one of my favorite bands, so I'm a fan already.
Well, you're doing good then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love King's X.
We actually, with Unleashed, I filled in on bass when Doug Pinnick was at Phoenix Hill last year. That was a fun show.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet. I remember that show, I believe.
Now, Hunter, I'll start with you. How do you all have a tie or connection? How did you all become part of KevFest?
Okay, well, ever since I was much younger than I am right now, I guess that's the way to put it. No. My music kind of guru teacher is Chip Adams, who coached Unleashed when we started out for a while, and through him we met Kevin and Big Rock Show, and I met Kevin when I got up and I guess kind of jammed with Big Rock Show on a song or two one night, and thought he was just like, wow, this is one of the greatest players I've seen in the city of Louisville, and talk about a nice guy. And I luckily managed to stay in contact with him ever since, and am blessed to call him one of my friends.
And then Ross, same as you guys. Did you have affiliation with McCreery, any of these guys before?
Honestly, my only I can't talk tonight. My only affiliation with Kevin is through seeing him at shows over the years and at Unleashed shows and all that good stuff. The way I'd met Hunter was doing karaoke, and he was up there. You can laugh if you want. We were doing karaoke, and I met him and his dad. He was singing Dio, and I ended up talking to his dad, and he was like, "Oh, come out and check out his band." I was like, "Oh, it's cute. He's got a band," because he was maybe 11 or 12. I go out, and I'm like, "What in the world?" Okay. And so I started following them, and they needed a bass player, and for a different project, I was like, "I'm in. You guys are ridiculously good."
Yeah. Hunter sings quite well also, man. He does they do all the videos I've seen. They were doing all the cool music, the Dio and all the 80s metal that I grew up, playing and liking. And I believe also singing. Didn't you sit in with the AC/DC tribute band out at the Expo? Did you do that, Hunter?
No, it was at the McCreery Ballroom, I think last December.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
It was it was a benefit for I think the Humane Society at the McCreery Ballroom last year in December.
That's right. Yeah, but it was with the AC/DC guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you did a great job on that too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I have to ask this question, mainly because I truly don't know the answer. But how does it work with band members that are underage play at bars? Is there a restriction or issue with that?
Well, the first step is when people buy drinks for the bands, they all go to me.
They all go to there you go. Because you got first and foremost, you always have to follow the law, correct? Yeah. You should anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I mean, I'm serious. There's not an issue or with these news where you guys are underage. I guess I've never knew the answer to that.
In Kentucky, it just depends on the city ordinance, but in Louisville and most counties, honestly, it's just a matter of they can come in, I think it's like 20 to 30 minutes before performance and have to be out within 20 to 30 of the performance ending. And Phoenix Hill was the only place that super abided by that, just from the standpoint of they were more of a nightclub than anything. But your places like Wicks and things like that, they're a little more lenient. So it's never really been an issue that I've experienced with them. So.
Gotcha. Cool. Greg, is it, you've been playing for 30 some years. What was it like back in the day when you were playing before 2021?
Well, I can remember times when I'd had to stay up close to the stage in between breaks. Had to be visible by the stage and not be up at the bar and all that kind of stuff. Really had to maintain my spot there just in case anybody was to come in. Yeah. Back in the old days, dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Hey, that's a great Iron Maiden song. Quest for Fire is a fantastic song.
Now, Ross, with you guys, obviously you're part of KevFest. What time you all start at KevFest?
Hunter, do you know? Because I'm just kind of I'm this typical bass player of you be here at this time. Okay, so.
Funny you should say that. I'm trying to pull up the schedule.
The answer's no. They don't know. Well, I do. I'm looking at the KevFest site. Check this out, Greg. This is not on the main stage. This is the Tequila Room. But listen to this lineup in the Tequila Room. You got Doppelgänger. You got Soul Circus, Big Rock Show, Full Contact Karaoke, Timid and Doug, and Olivia Hinken, all in the Tequila Room. I mean, good Lord. I mean, alone, just that group of people, group of musicians, is like, wow.
I know.
It is that this event is huge, and Yeah. After KevFest, guys, I'll turn
We are
Hunter.
playing at
Where
1 p.m. at the Tequila.
1 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. What's after KevFest for you guys?
We've got a couple shows at Wix lined up, a couple private parties.
Yeah, we're scheduling some gigs out at Bistro 42 in Prospect.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I think that may be it right now, but we're working on getting some more dates scheduled.
Yeah, we're getting stuff left and right all the way up through almost December now, so it's just one of those finalizing when and what time and where. But yeah, we keep getting shows, so that's always fun.
Very, very cool. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
for
and
you little you little teeny boppers.
One of the big ones we got coming up is we're headlining the Bardstown Baxter Avenue Halloween parade. So that's going to be a fun time.
Oh, good deal. Well, all right, guys, tell us social media wise, what's the ways everybody can connect with you guys?
The Facebook page is Doppelgänger, and we're working on a website. Do you know the actual URL, Hunter? Because sometimes it's hard to find.
Not quite sure, actually, but I think we do everything mostly through Facebook right now until we get the website fully set up.
Very cool.
Oh, we also, back to the shows, we also have Rock for Corsair. I want to point out that my phone keeps vibrating with show dates from management going, you're forgetting dates.
You're forgetting that you got management in your ear. That's a good thing. They're trying to keep you guys in process. So yeah.
Oh, and I've just been told it's facebook.com/Doppelgänger Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah. Hunter and Ross from Doppelgänger. Again, Ross being the AARP guy who is 30 years old, and then the remaining band members are I think they're still all virgins, right, Ross? I mean, they're teeny boppers, so they may be all holding their V card still.
You know, that's a question I never thought I would get asked. Well, I was expecting to be asked what my favorite superpower is.
You have what is your favorite superpower? Go ahead.
It would be the Eastern Bloc. The Eastern Bloc was a great superpower.
Stop Russia.
What was it?
Eastern. I don't.
Russia,
that one's over.
They are in a Kevin. They
are
in a rock band, so they may not be.
Got it. All right, Hunter, Ross from Doppelgänger. You guys will be at KevFest on September 18th at 1 p.m. And you guys are on Facebook. Everybody check them out. This is, I think, Greg, man. Greg, you were giving them thumbs up on the talent and sound for these guys. So we'll definitely get to check them out. And I welcome you guys to come back on the show and promote your stuff as you wish. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Well, awesome. And thanks for having us on.
Have fun,
all right, guys. We'll see you at KevFest.
Yes,
Word.
All right. Take care.
Thank you again.
I guess, Greg, you're back from your little potty break, Greg?
I am. I'm back, and I sat down and I looked up at the TV, and they're talking about the UK and Florida game that's coming up, and I turned my head away.
Yeah,
turned away.
That's another story.
I don't want to think about it yet. Right.
All right. I just turned the mic on to our last two guests, favorite ladies, Shannon Moert, TalkSmack Promotions. What's up, lady?
Hey guys, how are you? It's been a while since I've been on here.
Hey Shannon, how are you?
Hi Greg, I'm doing wonderful. It's late and I know everybody's tired, but thank you for taking the opportunity to let us on here.
Actually, yeah. And Hank, are you there? What's up, Hank?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing, brother?
Hey Hank, how you doing, buddy? It's Greg.
Yeah, doing good.
Shannon, you always have your hands in something, figuratively and literally. But in this case, with this event, tell us what's going on with the Riders for Heroes event coming up.
Well, I'll make it short and sweet. I always say that, but it never turns out like that. You already know that by now.
We always have time.
Oh, well, thank you. All I can say is this, is that I was approached to help out as much as I possibly could, and when I got the phone call, I was actually honored to be included in this, because these guys work so hard putting this together. And you know what? I'm just going to stop here. All I can tell you is that Riders for Heroes is one of the biggest events I've ever been a part of. I am so excited over this. It blows anything I've ever done, honestly, off the map. And
wow.
I'm going to let Hank give you the details, because I really don't want to mess this up. And then I'll just chime in afterwards. How about that?
All right.
Bring it, Hank. Hank, speak.
Hey, man. Yeah, Riders for Heroes is actually a group of Ford employees, UAW members, who decided about 5 months ago they wanted to put together a motorcycle group and do some good things for the community. So this year we're working with Active Heroes, whose goal is suicide prevention for military personnel. You know, we're losing 22 a day.
2 a day.
Oh,
yeah.
To suicide. You know, the military has a great way of training you up and gearing you up, but then when you come back home, they're just not real good at bringing you back down and transitioning you into normal society. And Active Heroes is that's their deal. PTSD treatment and transitioning these guys back into normal life. And they're building a facility actually down in Bullitt County out on 480, building cabins, secluded cabins for these guys to transition back into society. And every penny of this fundraiser goes to bricks and mortar down there.
Oh, wow.
To try to help these guys, and hopefully we can prevent some of these suicides. Troy Yelton with Active Heroes.
20
yeah, it really is.
A day. That's just unbelievable. And that should be more. That should be more known. You know, it should be. Be more known.
Well, they,
like
you know, I'll jump in. There is this social media thing going on that Greg, you probably have seen it. You probably just haven't put it together. But a lot of people are doing the 22 push-ups. You know, they're filming themselves do these push-ups, and you know, it's for the recognition. You know, 22. You know, people who on average are taking their lives, and it's actually it's the website is called 22 Kill. It's what it is, and it's a site where you can go there and donate, get involved, you know, somehow, some way. But you know that. But when this gig, because this event is on the 11th.
Yes, it's actually we actually have 2 events culminating in one. There's a 2-day ride which runs 10th and 11th, and then the rally will start at 1 o'clock on the 11th on Fern Valley Road at the UAW Hall. Yeah, it's going to be great. Thanks to Shannon, we've got Caribou. TalkSmack's been great. Caribou's going to be performing. Lindsay Hink is going to be performing. Olivia Hink is going to be performing. Kip Wagner at Kentucky Indiana Productions has donated a massive stage and lighting and gear and everything we need for that. We have a bike show, vendors, just everything you could want. And the whole goal is to knock a big chunk out of those 22 a day. You know, those guys do so much for us. And when they come home, it's time for us to step up.
Yeah.
We've already raised over $20,000 toward this rally. Our goal was $50,000. And we're almost halfway there. And like I say, people like Todd Dunn, our president, Rex Spaulding, our vice president, and Shaggy, sergeant at arms. You guys have worked themselves. They worked their fingers to the bone, and I tell you, we just can't appreciate them.
I'll definitely be there. That's for sure. Yeah.
Good. Should be a really good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just don't sell yourself short either, Hank. Just in case, Kevin, I don't know if you've met or heard of Hank before, but Hank is a musician as well. So he and I clicked right off the bat, immediately when we first met, discussing this Riders for Heroes. So he has worked diligently as well, including many other people. So Hank, it's been a privilege to be included in this. I know you and Rex and Roger and everybody else, you all have been just great relationships have already formed out of this already. But again, we've got our music supporting us, and Hank being a musician as well, he knows the blood, sweat, and tears that go into this, the labor, the time.
Absolutely.
So it's hats off to you for what you've done. And anyway, it's a big event, guys, and I appreciate you fitting this in on the show because you know my passion for children and cancer, and you see what I do and what I've been doing. But veterans hit home with me. I've got a lot of family that are veterans. I've lost people due to suicide. There's a combination of things that this place hits home for me personally. Anyway, I am so excited to try to help make a difference and get the word out. And you, just like now, you said, 22 a day. People should know this. There should be more effort made to help this number go away. So with your help and with what they're doing, the more we can get this word out, hopefully the more lives we're going to be able to save because they saved ours. They saved our country. That's the least we can do to give back to these guys. So I know everybody's tired and everything about it, but I can't express to you enough how important it is for you all to come out and see us Sunday. We've got 3 amazing sets of music playing. Caribou, everybody knows who Caribou is. Lindsay Hinken, Olivia Hinken, the auction items, the food, the prizes. It's just an event you don't want to miss. This is going to be an event that will start making a difference, and these guys did it, and I can't say enough great things about them.
Well, thank you.
Hank,
feel the same way.
Hank, is this? What number is this? What number is this, Hank? As far as or as far as how many times you have done this? This is the first. Okay.
This is the inaugural event. Yeah.
There we go.
Very cool.
And they're on
already over
$20,000.
Yeah.
I was going to say you're already about halfway of what your goal is.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I think so. And
Todd Dunn, our president, is an Iraq War veteran. Rick Spaulding, our vice president, is also a veteran. I think Roger Bruner is also a veteran. We got a whole list of guys. This is, it's just real important to us all. And we look forward to really making a difference.
We'll pray for good weather too, and I hope it holds up.
The what? I'm sorry.
I was just
the weather?
We'll pray for good weather. Yeah.
Oh.
I have every confidence. Actually, I looked at the weather forecast for Sunday. It's supposed to be sunny with like a 10% chance of rain, so it ought to be good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And just a little heads up, guys. We're on the motorcycle ride. We're leaving Kickstands, go up Saturday morning. It's a back road trip to Bowling Green. I don't know how many bikes do we have already, Hank? Do you know?
There's 140 registered for the 2-day trip. Of course, it was mandatory; you had to pre-register.
Right.
And then we have I think so far like 80 on the Facebook event for the Sunday ride. And then all of those motorcycles with people from combat veterans, different groups all over the place. Anybody that wants to ride can come. We'll be rolling back into 3000 Fern Valley Road at the Union Hall over there about 12:30. And I believe the Patriot Guard is even going to have a flag line out on Fern Valley Road.
Wow.
Stacy Lynn King. Y'all know Stacy Lynn King?
Yeah.
She's from Wildwood.
Wildwood.
She's going to be singing. Yes. She's going to be singing our national anthem for us, and then Caribou will take over. And we all know what Caribou are. They're outstanding.
Yeah, they've been around a bit.
Yes, they have. And then Lindsay Hinkin, and then Olivia will take over, and it should just be a great day.
And I'm going to be doing some live streams on our motorcycle cruise throughout the day. So people can watch us and see what we're doing, and just to keep people involved and not to forget us, and which I'm sure they won't. But Sunday is going to be an amazing day. So if I've ever asked you before to please attend, this is the one I'm asking you to attend.
I got you.
Not to downplay any of the cancer benefits and all that in the past, because you know that's near and dear to me, but it's time we make a difference for those who fought for us, and they've been ignored long enough. So let's do it.
That's a great point. Yeah.
I'll be there. Me and my boys are going to be there.
My calendar, my Sunday just changed. And I do see that, $5 for walk-ups, which I guess that would be me.
Yes.
Since
$5 for walk-ups, and then $15 a head for anybody who wants to go on the ride.
Very cool. Wow.
Man, I wish I had a bike to do that.
Harley rents them over there, Bluegrass, Harley Davidson. They'll rent you one.
Really?
Yeah, they rent them over there. They've been really helpful with us on this run too. So.
Wow.
Shannon, I love you. I love you to death, but why? This is something that we should have been promoting prior to today. No offense.
Dear, if you've been watching my Facebook page and my TalkSmack
well,
page,
no, I meant on the show. No, not you personally. That we should have been promoting on our Wednesday night show, because our Wednesday night show is, it's strictly talk. It's about local music and venues, and I guess I'm bothered with the fact that I didn't catch on to this one sooner, prior to to tonight's show. So I kick me for that. That's on me.
Yeah, and, that lets me know how much you pay attention to my talks.
No, I've seen it. I do see them.
You buried yourself on this one, dude.
No, the date just never registered with me. And but no, this is something. Yeah, I should have been, at least a month before the 11th. Last mid-August, we should have been talking about this. But that this only happens one time. So, Hank, next year, Shannon, when this gets going again next year, we're going to do it right, and we'll do our part. So,
well, we sure do appreciate everything you've done
for the show tonight. So,
absolutely,
word of mouth is everything. So let's make a difference.
We'll be.
It's a start.
I'll do my part to make sure Shooting from the Lip shoves this event down everyone's throat between now and Sunday. So,
thank you, Kevin.
Thank you so much.
They'll have to deal with it. Hank, I look forward to meeting you Sunday.
It'll be good to meet you and shake your hand.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Very cool what you guys are doing, and you're right, Greg. You've acknowledged basically you're saying you weren't aware of the 22 per day. So to that point, maybe this is something that for the guys who do allow us to have to go through our day to live every amendment, from 1 to 10, whatever. The guys, these heroes, give us that opportunity every day. So it's a no-brainer. Sunday is where I will be, and I will do my part to make sure a lot of other people are aware of today's event and get there and support it. So very cool.
And no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.